Hello everybody, welcome to another lesson by me, Miss Pythagoras. In this lesson, I will explain the proofs of both the compound angles for sin A plus or minus B. Then we will be expanding the formula and then we will do some examples. This is lesson 4 of 5. Have you subscribed yet? You can also visit my website onlinemaths.co.za. The link is in the comments below. There you will find all the chapters in the syllabus. Let's start with the maths. Now I'm going to discuss the proof of sin A plus B, the compound angle for sin. So we start with the left hand side, sin A plus B, and that is equal to cos 90 degrees minus A plus B. Where does that come from? That is a grade 11 co-ratio. And then in the next step, we're going to multiply in the negative, and I'm left with cos 90 degrees minus A minus B. Then I'm going to group this together and I end with cos 90 minus A minus B. And then that is the compound angle for cos angle minus another angle. And the rule is cos A minus B is cos cos sin sin. So that one you can write as, well, there I've got it for you, cos cos sin sin. And then the angles will be 90 minus A, B with a plus. Remember, in cos the sign is different. And then sin 90 minus A and a B. And then you can say the cos of 90 minus A is sin A. It's a co-ratio. Cos B plus sin 90 minus A, this one, is equal to cos A, the co-function, sin B. And there's your rule. So for sin A plus B, the rule is, listen to the pattern, sin cos, cos sin. And very important, in sin, the sign is the same. If there's a plus in the bracket A plus B, then in the expanded form, there's also a plus. Now I'm going to show you the proof of sin A minus B. So we start on the left hand side. Sin A minus B is the same as cos 90 minus A minus B. Again, that is a co-ratio. In the next step, we multiply in the minus and we end with cos 90 degrees minus A plus B. And in the next step, I'm going to group those two together and I end with cos 90 minus A plus B. And then that one is the compound angle for cos A plus B. Can you see? There is the plus. So we can expand that one using the rule cos A plus B into cos cos sin sin. And then the angles are 90 minus A B minus 90 minus A and a B. Remember, if there is a plus, there is a minus. There's the plus, there's the minus. Then you can say cos 90 minus A is a co-function and it's sin A. And the cos B writes with minus, and sin 90 minus A becomes cos A and the sin B writes with. So the compound angle for sin A minus B in the blue cloud is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. So the pattern sin cos cos sin, and if there's a minus, there's also a minus. Now let's practice the new rules. Expand each of the following using compound angle formula. Now I gave you an extract from the formula sheet because there's so many rules now, it's very easy to get confused. So on the first one, sin A plus 30, you will go to sin A, or rather sin alpha plus beta. And then the pattern is sin cos, cos sin. And then you add the angles. So the angles were A 30, A30, and in sin the signs are the same. So there was a plus, and now there's a plus as well. The next one, sin theta minus 45 degrees. First you write the pattern, sin cos, cos sin. Then the angles, theta 45, theta 45, and in sin the sign is the same. Next one, sin x plus y. The pattern is for sin, the compound angle, sin cos, cos sin, and the angles x, y, x, y, and in sin the sign is the same, therefore a plus. The next one, sin 3x minus y. The pattern for sin, sin cos, cos sin, and then the angles 3xy, 3xy, and in sin the sign is the same. Then suddenly there's a cos x plus y. So cos x plus y is that one on the formula sheet, and the pattern is cos, cos, sin, sin, and the angles x, y, x, y, and in cos the signs differ. So now there's a minus. The next one, sin b minus 10. The pattern for sin, sin cos, cos sin. The angle b and a 10, b and a 10, and in sin the sign is the same. Next one, sin alpha plus beta. The pattern, sin cos, cos sin, and the angles alpha, beta, and in sin the sign is the same. There's a plus. Cos A plus 30. So I added that one. Let's see if I can confuse you. So the pattern for cos is cos, cos, sin, sin, and the angle A and a 30 and a A and a 30, and in cos the signs are different, therefore a minus. Use the compound angle formula to write each of the following as a single term. So yet again, there's your formula sheet. Let's see. So what you have to do is you have to first recognize the pattern. And now cos, cos, sin, sin. This is the pattern for cos. And then 2BB, 2BB, they are the angles. And remember, in cos, if this is a plus, then this is a minus. The next one, let's listen to the pattern. Sin cos, cos sin, and check the angles as well. X, Y, X, Y. This is the compound angle for sin. So it's sin and the angles X plus Y, and because this is a plus, that is a plus. The next one, listen to the pattern. Sin, cos, cos, sin, and the angles 5AB, 5AB. Can you hear? It's the compound angle for sin. And then the angles 5A and B, and then in sin the signs are the same. So there's a 5A minus B. The next one, listen to the pattern. Cos, cos, sin, sin, and the angles 30, 45, 30, 45. Can you hear? That's the compound angle for cos. And then your angles 30 and 45. And remember, in cos the signs differ. If this is a minus there, inside the bracket there's a plus. The next one, pattern. Sin cos, cos sin, angles 4x 9y, 4x 9y. So that is the compound angle for sin, and then the angles as you find them, 4x 9y, and in sin the signs are the same. Next one, pattern. Sin cos, cos sin, 15 degrees y, 15y. That's the compound angle for sin. And then you write down the angles, 15 and y, and a minus, because in sin the signs are the same. Last one, pattern first. Sin cos, cos sin, and then angles, x minus 45 degrees a, x minus 45 degrees a. So that one is the compound angle for sin. And then your angles, x minus 45 and a, and then in sin the signs are the same. If this is a plus, then that's also a plus. Use compound angles to prove sin 180 plus theta is equal to minus sin theta. Again, there's your formula sheet. Now, this thing is very familiar. That's the grade 11 reduction formula. And in grade 11, we teach you the cast diagram to get from sin 180 plus to minus sin theta. But that is just a tool. There's a real reason why you can write that, and only now in grade 12 you can discover that. If you look at on the left hand side, sin 180 plus theta, can you see it is the compound angle sin alpha plus beta? So that one you can expand into sin cos cos sin, and then it's 180 and a theta and 180 and a theta. And in sin the signs are the same. That's why that's a plus. Then sin 180 is 0 times cos theta, and cos 180 is negative 1 sin theta. And then 0 times cos theta is 0, plus minus 1 times sin is minus sin theta. And that is the reason why sin 180 plus theta is equal to minus sin theta. Simplify without using a calculator sin 105. Now this you will see again. Sin 105, the only thing you've got are special angles and compound angles. So let's write sin 105 as a compound angle in terms of special angles. Remember your special angles, 30, 60, 45. So then sin 105 is the same as sin 60 plus 45. And now that is the compound angle. So we can write it as sin cos, cos sin, 60, 45, 60, 45. And remember, sin, the signs are the same. Then sin 60 is root 3 over 2. Cos 45 root 2 over 2. Plus cos 60 is a half, and sin 45 is root 2 over 2. And then you can multiply this out. Root 3 times root 2 is root 6 over 4, and plus 1 times root 2 is root 2, and then you can just put them together, but you can't really add them together. So it's root 6 plus root 2 over 4. Click on the video in the left hand corner to take you straight to the next lesson. There I will explain double angles for sin and cos.